Star Wars Outlaws just received a huge, amazing patch that's gonna make the game better. I'm sure it will, I'm sure it will.
You can now hold on to heavy weapons in Star Wars Outlaws when going on a speeder and bring the firepower
Wow! But you can't keep them because why would you?
to a next encounter. Ubisoft made many huge changes to the game in a free update and also released the first DLC.
I'm sorry, but look at this. Just look at the combat that just happened here. Look.
Changes to the game in a free update
Bam.
and also released
The NPCs still don't even know that they're supposed to NPC.
the first DLC that in my opinion is the best content in the game. So yes, lots to go over. As
Also, I haven't heard about the DLC, but I'm sure it's gonna be a disaster.
you might know, first when climbing or even talking to NPCs, you would drop the enemy
That's so good.
weapon you were carrying, but now Kay puts it on her back and they can for example bring a sniper to an Imperial base and take the enemies out from a distance. It's actually crazy that this wasn't possible before because you could not get a sniper to a high spot like this, even though they did show something like that in the gameplay overview trailer. Now Kay still passionately throws the weapon away when you enter a friendly environment, so it's still far from perfect, but certainly better. It would
I mean, the game's still complete dog piss. Let's be completely real here.
be overall nice if you could just keep the weapon on your back and also switch between that and your pistol. But hey, it's a step in the right direction. Like this update.
It's probably gonna be the last step in the right direction because, I mean, do you honestly think Ubisoft is gonna put money in something that has failed this hard? No. They have to salvage what they can from Assassin's Creed Shadows, not worry about already a blown-up disaster.
Update is all about removing the restrictions that hurt your freedom and overall fun of the game. Every planet of course has these syndicate districts that you can enter if you have a good reputation, otherwise you have to sneak in. Now before the update you could not use your pistol in these areas and had to sneak around without being spotted because if you got caught.
I'm sorry, did the ventilation shaft just stop ventilation shafting?
And had to sneak around without being spotted.
Maybe? I'm not sure.
Because if you got caught, you would be thrown out of the area and had to try it again, which could get frustrating after a while.
I love how hardened criminals just throw you out because... Oh, what are they gonna do? Kill you? No.
But now, after the update, you can still use stealth if you want, but the moment the enemies see you, you can grab your blaster and take care of them, which feels way more natural and less punishing. You can also...
You know, it feels even more natural, the fact that you can do a side quest for them and they suddenly forgive you. That feels even better.
Also start huge firefights in these districts, something that wasn't possible before because again you could not grab your gun. But also my missions feel completely different because of this. First, when you would infiltrate an Empire base, high chance that you could not raise the alarm or it would cause a game over screen. Now doing that same mission after the update, the requirement has been removed, so you can go guns blazing, take everyone out or get spotted by the cameras without getting sent back to a recent checkpoint. The cameras in particular were very annoying as they sometimes were hard to spot, so then I would successfully clear out a space without raising the alarm, only to have a camera like see me for a brief moment and then I had to start all over. And maybe you already saw it, but they also made the range of the camera.
By the way, I love these futuristic space cameras that literally can only see in a completely nonsensical, small, almost ovalish circle around them because, sure.
Way more clear, so it will be way easier to spot them. So while in some main missions you still cannot raise the alarm because it makes sense for the main story, very often you can just go guns blazing without being punished. And the combat itself has also been improved. And by the way, if you like the video so far, leave a like and subscribe for more Star Wars Outlaws content. So one of the big things is that yes, you can now switch shoulders with one press of the analog stick. Little things like getting better visual feedback.
Yeah, little things like almost getting a game where the game didn't exist before. The little things that matter. Don't be mad that Star Wars Outlaws is trash. It's the little things.
For headshots with a larger crosshair are now in the game, but also enemy reactions. Like first they would drop down from a headshot, but after the update they are launched back, which is just way more satisfying. The damage of headshots has also been improved, while it was already one shot for most.
Bro, them launching back from a headshot is kind of dumber, because that means that the armor actually should do its job and absorb the kinetic power of the fucking laser. Yeah.
Regular enemies, you now need 4 instead of 5 or 6 for the Gamorrean Guard. They also tweaked some weapons.
I mean, it doesn't seem that hard when the NPC is just stuck in La La Land not doing anything, though.
Like the Zato rifle that you find on Tatooine was first just a regular plasma rifle, nothing too special, but now after the patch it's more a shotgun, with bullets hitting a wider radius, so it's better to use up close. But also your blaster modules have seen some upgrades. First, if you would use your power shot against cover, nothing would happen, but now if you do that, the enemy is pushed back, so you can easily finish them off. If you used the blast configuration with the charged shot, you would first also damage yourself by quite a lot if you used it up close, but now after the update you take 0 damage from this, which makes...
Yeah, I mean, obviously the people who are playing Star Wars Outlaws are dumb enough to just target the ground and shoot it and be like, what? Happened? Yep, that does check out if I'm being real.
Makes it way more powerful. Enemies now also take more damage after being stunned with the ion shot. The Gamorrean Guard first took 7 headshots and now 3 after being stunned. And Ubisoft said that the stun duration should also be longer, but it's still 5 seconds in our testing. Enemies now also have better aims, so first they would shoot multiple times, but maybe one of those shots would hit, or they would just not shoot as often. Now they are a bit more aggressive with more precision shots, but the damage per
I'm sorry, but this is still as autistic as it gets. I just can't.
shot has been decreased. So it feels a bit more fair and realistic, which is totally a nice change. We also got some stealth fixes. First, only one NPC would react.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously it's realistic that someone without armor is dying slower than someone with armor.
To the whistle that Kay has, but now they all react, but only one will come to check it out, and that's noted with a music icon, which is pretty smart. Like overall, a lot of small things like this have been added, including an orange eye icon that gives you a better idea of when the enemy is alerted. You can now also completely remap your controls by changing individual buttons and have separate sets for Kay, the Speeder, and the Trailblazer. Like, you could argue that these things should have been in the game at launch, and I totally agree, but now we can use them while playing the first DLC that I really like. Like this has you infiltrate...
But are they gonna add the DLC that makes Kay into, you know, not a troll-looking hideous monstrosity of a woman? I really want that.
A high-end ship, basically a large casino where a big sabacc tournament is happening. I don't want to spoil any specifics, of course, but it's really cool how there's a black box mission here that has you find someone, but there are a couple of ways to get the same information. It really works well for Outlaws. So I find it kind of wild that they did not implement this into the main story. The writing is also sharper with...
I'm sorry, did that stupid rat just jump on the guy's head and then a magical satchel appeared in the future? What man, kill, I don't want to suffer anymore.
Very funny banter between characters.
You don't look like a
draw from the sand.
Yeah, well, neither do you.
It had me...
I'm sorry, did anyone just look at the lip movements? I'm sorry. Well, what's the point? What's the point of doing that? Oh, we're gonna do the dots and facial animations of real people if this is the outcome. Also, yes, it's ugly. I don't want to look at it, but just look at the lips.
Neither do you.
One more time.
You don't look like
I
a
draw from the sand.
Yeah, well, neither do you.
It's just all so tiresome.
It had me crack up a couple of times, and I did not have that in the main game. For me, this expansion was more memorable than many of the main story missions. Now, it does do that thing that other Ubisoft DLCs sometimes do as well, where they...
I still love that hey, and there you go. I love it. I love it.
repurpose base game
What would a powerful woman do if not that?
locations, but give a DLC objectives in them. Totally not a fan of that, but the 2 new locations that you will visit in the content are really cool. It's also quite short if you've already completed everything in the main game, so then you don't have to do some like side content that is required to do the DLC. You can already start it pretty early though. Look for the message quest objective in your log and they can get going. If it was like $10, it was a very easy recommend. It's $15 though. Again, I think it is the best content Outlaws has to offer.
Listen. They should pay you to play this game, not the other way around.
But yeah, I totally get that you find it.
And the fact that someone as Ubisoft literally is like, okay, here's DLC. $15. Please come back, play this game. Please come back. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's really bad. Also, let's actually check SteamDB. Star Wars Outlaws SteamDB. Here we go. When did the thing launch? Oh my god, it launched like Oh, right, it's the... Yeah, okay. I was thinking, oh my god, look at this. It's a whopping 1.7k people playing. I forgot it just launched on Steam, so it's irrelevant. 1.7k max peak players on Steam, boys. What a success. What a brilliant success. Dude, even if 3% of people come back to play the DLC and buy it, I mean, that's gonna be a fucking miracle on its own, I'm not gonna lie.
A bit too expensive for the 2.5 hours playtime, but it totally made me
Wait. 2.5 hours for $15? That's worse than Starfield.
more excited for the second DLC that is coming.
Okay, Starfield has $10 for literally 20 minutes of content, so maybe I'm overblowing it.
Next year. It also includes a brand new outfit that looks pretty cool and has some
Too bad the character looks like dirt.
buck perks, and the major charm can be nice when farming reputation, as it gives you reputation with a different syndicate when you lose reputation of another one. Now the DLC is also of course included in the season pass, or if you got the gold or ultimate edition, and if you got those editions or the season pass, you also got new outfits upon booting up the game with this update.
No one cares about the outfits, okay? The less I get to see of the glaring beauty that is this walking troglodyte, the better I feel about my life, okay? That was Joe Raptor, 10 out of 10. Bye!